I was just sitting at my desk, after having just solved the case of the murder on the Polar Express, when she walked in. She was a fox. The kind of fox that makes Megan Fox look like your average gal. She smelled like reindeer and freshly baked cookies. I knew she was involved with some serious reindeer games.
Inspector Noel?
Noel Jr., actually. My father was the first Noel.
Inspector Noel Jr., I need your help.
This couldn't be good.
My husband, Nicholas, he's gone. The police suspect foul play. They put me on the naughty list, but I swear I had nothing to do with it.
Maybe it was the nog talking, but I did something crazy. I said yes. She led me to the scene of the crime, the lounge next to Nicholas's workshop. The evidence was there on the ground. All the suspects were there too. The usual Christmas crowd. The elf, Jack Frost, Sugar Plum Fairy, Rudolph, John McClane, and Scrooge.
You six were the last to see Nick on his final day. Clearly, one of you committed the crime. Time to find out who's getting coal in their stocking this year. Let's hear your side of the story, buddy.
Santa? Yeah, I know. I was working overtime last night because he kept on getting on my back about inventory. I was deeply entrenched in my work when he walked in eating cookies like a jerk.
You know, Christmas comes every year. It's no surprise. So tell me, why the fa-la-la do you not have everything done?
What a big red jerk. He wouldn't even give me a 15-minute candy cane break. Yes, sir. I know. I'm trying. The old man didn't know how to run anything. If I was in charge, I'm next in line after all. We'd have everything done by Easter.
All right, buddy. Back to work.
It's all that happened, I swear.
Sounds pretty elfish to me. But next I hear Nick went to check on the reindeer. Care to explain?
Yeah, I was getting my hose done with my girls Vixen and Blitzen. He kicked them out because he wanted to talk to me privately.
Rudy, is everything a go for the big day?
Yeah, I just have to...
That's good. That's great. That's jolly. Anyways, I cannot find my favorite pipe. Could you go down to the basement, use that special gift of yours, and find it? That'd be great. Thanks.
That jerk is always using me for my light and giving me nothing in return. Do you know my hose were still wet? It took me hours to get the cobwebs out afterward.
So, I was wondering if I could not leave the sleigh this year. It's not even supposed to be foggy.
No. You make me look good. We need you. Thanks again for looking for my pipe. I'll be off.
Sounds like you didn't like him very much.
We were fair weather friends.
Speaking of weather, how about you, Mr. Frost?
Unlike those other two, I'm the one who approached him. I was in the poll, talking to some elves about union business, and I decided to ask him if I could pass out some flyers. Naturally, he said no.
No. I can't have you ruining the holiday spirit. This is supposed to be the happiest time of year, and we can't have you messing it up with your propaganda.
I get that, sure, but you have an image to protect, but could I just please at least just
No,
maybe...
dear. I'm sorry, but that's the last of it.
And that's the last I saw of him.
Seems like you've got good motive against the jolly old elf.
Oh yeah? Well, I got a good scoop. I saw Sugar kissing Santa Claus.
It's true. That Santa, he's just such a cutie, with his mouth all drawn up like a bow and his belly that shakes, or shook, like a bowl full of jelly. I was just getting ready to dance above children's heads when I saw him pass by. Santa baby, can you come check and see if my arabesque looks straight enough?
I guess?
That's all it was. Just some innocent dance lessons. And then, yeah, I tried to kiss him.
Whoa. I'm a married man. I should get back to work.
I didn't mean anything by it. There was just some mistletoe above us, and I was trying to keep the holiday spirit. That's it. That's all it was. I'm just a die-hard fan.
Speaking of Die Hard, John, what were you doing when you last saw him?
I was actually in the middle of an investigation. I suspected some communist terrorist activity in the pole. I was crawling through the ducts when I ran into the old man climbing up the chimney. So I asked him about it.
I know nothing of it. What's got you thinking of that?
Oh, nothing. I've just been seeing a lot of red lately. He seemed in a hurry to get out of there. He was rushing. Dare I say, Russian. Around the North Pole, frantic for the big day. I decided to give him his piece. I left without another word.
There's only one suspect left. Ebenezer, care to explain?
I don't know if I really saw him or if it was just a dream. I mean, I've had some pretty wicked hallucinations before. He was acting pretty strange. He landed his sled on my house and went through my Waldorf and Statler door.
Hey, old buddy Ebby, Mr. Scrooge. Can I ask you a favor? Since you totally support Christmas now, and I'm running a little low on cash, could I perhaps take out a loan?
I'm usually such a generous person, but at Christmas I'm hit up by everybody. So, unfortunately, I had to turn him down.
Come on, what happened to your Christmas spirit? At one point, you were the jolliest person I knew. Does our friendship mean nothing to you?
That old man would not let up. Eventually, out of the kindness of my heart, I gave him a nice loan with a small interest rate of 80%. And after that, he was off.
Well, that settles it.
Well, who is it? Who is to blame for this horrendous act?
Well, I think it's quite clear. The Krampus of this Christmas is... you, Mr. Elf. You say that the big man didn't run things well, right? Well, that's where you made a mistake. You revealed that you're next in line for his job. You wanted his position so badly, you would take desperate measures. It seems you did get that candy cane break after all. There's residue all over you, as well as the crime scene. Care to explain?
Yeah, I did it. The man just overworked me so much, so when he was getting ready, I sharpened the perfect cane. And I would have gotten away with it too, if it weren't for you meddling.
Oh, shut up. Looks like you've been caught. Red and white-handed. The Krampus of this Christmas is... you, Rudy. You didn't appreciate how Santa treated you. Reindeer are treated badly enough. But especially you. You decided you had to get rid of him. Those cobwebs and the pipe around the crime scene are certainly yours from the basement. Care to comment?
Yeah, I did it. I had a date with a dentist on Christmas Eve, and that jerk wanted me to work. He had it coming. And he ran into my hoof. He ran into my hoof 10 times.
Well, it seems you'll go down in history. The Krampus of this Christmas is... you, Jack Frost. You are certainly quite an activist. But there is surely one issue that touches you the most. Global warming. No single person can be blamed for it. It's not like there's someone working at a factory non-stop and giving everyone coal. Oh wait, there is. The big man himself. You gave yourself away when you said that after your meeting, that's the last you saw of him. If that were the case, how did you see Sugar making her move? It would also explain the lack of a weapon. You used an icicle, knowing it would melt. It was Mr. Frost, in the lounge, with an icicle.
Yeah, I did it. I killed him. I hated him so much. Flames on the side, it just flames on the side of my face, heaving breath.
Be quiet. Brace yourself. Winter is coming. To jail. The Krampus of this Christmas is... you, Sugar. We all know you love that man, Jelly Belly and all.
You loved him ever since he took you off the streets, where you were making your living as a North Pole dancer, and gave you this great job. But you could never have him. There was only one thing to do. Hearkening to your nutcracker roots, you danced around him and delivered the final blow. I have one question for you. What are those? Don't dance around the truth. You did it.
If I can't have him, nobody can. It wasn't even till I was washing the tinsel off my hands that I even knew he was dead.
Well, it seems this case, like a nut, has been cracked. The Krampus of this Christmas is you, John McClane. You were investigating evil communists in the North Pole. You were looking for red. And who's the reddest man of all? The man in the big red suit. He even drank out of those sacrilegious communist Starbucks cups. We don't even need evidence. You've been carrying a freaking gun the whole time. How could it be more obvious?
Yippee-ki-yay, Father Christmas. I did it. What a better way of ridding the North of the jolly old commie.
Looks like you'll be moonlighting, making license plates from now on. The Krampus of this Christmas is you, Ebenezer Scrooge. You've lost your Christmas spirit since your ghostly encounter, and now you're back to your former self. You're tired and old. You look almost dog-like. Christmas is the last thing you want bothering you. So you offed the jolly old man. You borrowed a crutch from your friend Tim and whacked Nicholas in the head. You must have been doggone tired because you left the weapon at the scene.
Christmas is a rough time of year, and the dude kept hounding me for money. Plus, I really don't like his choice in pets.
Looks like you're going to the pound, Scrooge. The Krampus of this Christmas is none of our suspects. All of you have pretty solid alibis. But there was someone who was stalking Father Christmas all day. Him. He was there when the elf was working. When Rudolph was getting her hoofs done. When Frost was begging permission. When Sugar was flirting. When John was in the duct system. Even at Ebenezer's home, waiting for the opportunity to strike. He always sat on that shelf with that wicked grin. Anything to say?
Elf on the shelf! How could you?
Leave your sob story on the mantel, sister. You're not so innocent yourself. You were upset with your husband because he was gone one whole day every year. And then when Johnny Depp stopped taking your calls, you felt so lonely you turned to the one person who was always there. You two conspired together in this thing. Besides, I saw him in your purse when you first visited me. You may not have committed the murder, but you were the one who placed him at every scene.
Okay, I admit it. It was me. Nick was so busy focusing on 7 billion people, there was never time to focus on me. Is it wrong for a gal to want real love? Elf on the shelf. He always focuses on me. He's always sitting there, staring.
Well, it looks like I get nothing. That's just creepy. Ugh.